Jinx, you owe me a pup.
Or an orgasm.
I know.
Jinx,
I owe you an O.
Oh.
Yeah. Screw your pop. I'll take an orgasm.
I love it.
You're listening to the Laughing Couple podcast with your hosts, Brittany and Ryan Ostafy. Join them weekly as they discuss topics such as relationships, kids, sex, parenting, all unfiltered and all with a healthy dose of laughter. Please welcome your hosts, Brittany and Ryan Ostafy. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I feel like we've done this one before. Okay, so if you're joining us, you would have hopefully have listened to the Tuesday episode. If not,
This will still make sense to you.
we are doing a little exercise with Susan, who we had on, Susan Bratton. It's called the Sex Bucket List, and it is spicy. So basically, Susan's going to go through a list of questions. It's her program. Please go and check her out because she has so many incredible workshops and courses. A lot of them free too. Like we'll put them in the show notes, where she will just go through a list and explain to us some possible bucket list situations for sex, for intimacy. And while you're doing this, if your partner is around, make sure that you guys are both answering. So pause, start, whatever works for you guys. And then we also encourage you guys, when you do pause and you give each other answers, take a moment, maybe explain it a little bit, because as you are listening, there are times where we're like I'm going to say B, but X, like this is why. Right. And so it's important to part of it is communication.
And I will say this, we're pretty exposed on this episode because we're going through this questionnaire. This is not about us going through the questionnaire. It is really, truly about you guys going through this questionnaire. Right. So although you're going to hear our answers and our explanations,
so
and some of them are going to be funny and interesting.
You don't.
But this is not about us. This is about you guys.
Yeah.
So enjoy the episode. We had a lot of fun with it. It is a mini episode. So it won't take too long.
It's very personal too. So again, please, if you know us, please don't refer. If you see us on the street, don't be like, "Yo, is this an ape?" I want to hear that shit.
I heard you like nipple clamps. See?
Pretend you don't know us, because this is we feel exposed. All right, let's get into it.
So I was telling Ryan and Brittany that before I came on to the podcast today, that one of the things that people really appreciate and want from me are fun ideas in the bedroom, new sexy things to do. I teach sex techniques through my programs, my books and my audios and my videos. And I'm a collector of techniques and ideas. And there's 20 different kinds of orgasms your body can have. And I have that on my website. You can just learn how to have all these orgasms. There's a lot of different things you can do with sex. And doing new things creates new sexy things. Trying new things, learning new things together, beginning as beginners together, creates new relationship energy that essentially short circuits the monotony of monogamy, because we end up getting into a groove and we've got this one path to orgasm and we're like, that's a short thing. Let's just freaking do that. Yeah. And then you're like, I'm so bored in my sex life. So
I know exactly what that thing is.
Exactly. We all do. The Sex Life Bucket List, it's at sexlifebucketlist.com. No duh. And it basically is a downloadable PDF. I'm holding one in the video that we have here. And I recommend that couples print it out. And this is good for singles too, because you're on your own sexual journey. It's your job to increment your sex life your whole life and get better and better at it if it's important to you. And essentially what you do is it's a 4-step personalized sex life plan. And you come up with your bucket list, your partner comes up with their bucket list, and then you kind of merge your list and you come up with this plan of things that you'd like to do together over time. Mm-hmm. And the way that it's done is in this assessment, and I'm going to go through quite a few of these, okay? In this assessment, there's a whole bunch of ideas, and you will first go through it and you'll put either an A, a B, or a C next to each idea.
Okay.
The A is, oh God, that is definitely going on my bucket list. I really want to do that. That sounds awesome. Or I've always wanted to do that. How come we've never done that? We talked about it. We never did it. B's are, it wouldn't go on my bucket list, but if Ryan wanted to do it, I would totally do it with him.
Okay.
Right? Or if Brittany wanted to do it, I would totally do it with her. And then the C's are, it's not for me right now. Because as you mature sexually, I'm 61, and the last 20 years, I've literally been studying sex and doing sexy things constantly all the time. And I've never run out of things to do. And things I used to look at it and go, that's disgusting. Why would anyone do that? Now I'm like, that's my favorite thing. So
before this podcast's over, I'm going to find out what that is. I'm kidding.
I'll tell you, spanking.
Oh.
I used to be like, that's so demeaning. Why would anyone want to do that? I used to think lingerie was demeaning. I was like this, businesswoman powerhouse. And I was like, I don't need to wear lingerie. That's just some kind of a stupid thing. Now I literally have a closet full of lingerie in one of my houses. And in my other house, I have a room for lingerie. So
I love it.
And the red room.
Mm-hmm, the red room. All right. So the very beginning of the sex life assessment, we're going to bypass, because it's essentially just how happy are you with your sex life? How happy do you think your partner is? How high or low is your libido? How high or low do you think your partner's libido is? So it helps you to you're a 4. Oh, you're a 9. Oh, I wouldn't have thought I would have given you a 6. I would have thought you would have given yourself a 6 on that. That's interesting. And then the next section is essentially the 20 kinds of orgasms that you can have, both the male body and the female body. There's a couple that are slightly different, but they're generally the same. There's 3 categories of orgasms. There's places to touch. There's orgasm techniques like the expanded orgasm, expand her orgasm tonight technique, the 5 clitoral stroking technique. There's techniques. And then there's objects of desire like sex toys and things like that. And so I'm not going to go through every one because we don't have enough time. But let's just say, and you guys say A, B, or C, would you be open to expanding your ability to have orgasms in different ways, like male multiple orgasm or P-spot orgasm or female ejaculation or expanded orgasm?
A.
Okay, good. I figured so. That was a gimme. I knew you guys would be a yes. Okay. So then, let's see. How about mutual masturbation? Would you enjoy mutual masturbation?
A.
I'm going to say B.
Okay. Do you have any freaks or kinks I just want to know, do you have any freaks or kinks that you're embarrassed to discuss?
No.
No. So would that be an A?
Great.
Yeah.
It's not an A, B, or C. It was just a question.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure before I get into this. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Do you think it would be fun to incorporate sex toys into your sex life?
A.
Did you both say A at the same time? Oh, you said it at the same time.
Jinx, you owe me a pop.
Or an orgasm.
I know.
Jinx,
I owe you an
oh.
orgasm. Yeah. Screw your pop. I'll take an orgasm.
I love it.
We got Brittany smiling now, Ryan.
Yeah.
Are bodily fluids, such as male or female ejaculate, erotic to you? A, B, C?
A.
Like A.5.
B. So B.
It depends on where they are.
A.5. That means
makes
more.
Sense. No, like in between A and B.
Yeah, so
I would
B
say.
plus.
Yeah, sure.
Giving oral pleasure.
A.
Receiving oral pleasure.
A.
A.
69 simultaneous oral pleasure.
A.
I'm a BC, and it's not because I don't enjoy it. I just truly cannot focus. I need to do one or the other. It can't be at the same time.
Yeah, I have a little tip on that.
Okay.
That might turn it into an A for you.
Okay.
The thing about 69 simultaneously giving and receiving oral pleasure is that there's no way you ever can focus on one or the other. What you have to do, and what's really good about it, is that you learn to surrender to the sensations, both you just relaxing and giving in a way that isn't like you're trying to give it to Ryan, but more like you're taking your pleasure on his penis with your mouth.
Okay.
While you're just open to feeling him taking his pleasure on your yoni. And so it's not about like a goal orientation. It's more like just you'll slow down and you'll get into this rhythm where you're just kind of getting off on the joy of feeling each other in the swirl of giving and receiving. And that's when I think 69 really works and gets really super sexy.
Okay.
So would it maybe be better
B.
now for you?
I would say still B for me.
Okay. Incorporating different sex positions.
A.
Talking dirty.
B.
Yeah, I'm going to say B because I feel like it could go south real quick. I think it can, not that it will ruin it,
We're
but like
too funny.
We say like stupid shit sometimes during sex, and I don't want it to like ruin that like intimate space, because when we start laughing, it's fun and it's like there's a connection there, but like one wrong word and it could be just a different experience. So I'm going to say B too.
Yeah, B. If you wanted me to talk dirty, I would, but I'm just not, it's not in my nature.
Sure. Although we're explaining ourselves.
No, it's fine. Sharing fantasy.
A.
That's dirty talk.
What?
Just so you know, sharing fantasies is dirty talk. Worshiping your partner's body and genitals verbally. Appreciating and adoring them. Encouraging them. These are all different kinds of dirty talk.
Interesting.
So now how do you feel about dirty talk?
I think it's different because when you say sharing fantasies, I don't mean like sharing it during the acts. So like if it's like a prequel, hey, are you into this kind of thing? Yeah, I'm down for that. But like during the act, I think it's, I don't know, like it will be specific to the scenario.
Yep. One of the things I like to do is after I've had a bunch of sex with my partner and he's had an ejaculatory orgasm and he's kind of done, and I still have some orgasms left in me. Sometimes I like him to sit up against the back of the bed and put a pillow on his belly, and I lean back against him and I get out one of my vibrators and I give myself orgasms while he's playing with my boobs and telling me a dirty story that turns me on.
Wow.
So
Fancy.
Now how do you feel
Sign
about
me up for that.
Did that possibly come back into A category?
I'm an A.
That's too funny.
You just have to put it in a different context.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Which is why I do. How about making noises and moaning and giving feedback? Yes. Oh, yeah, right there. You know, like that kind of stuff.
A.
A.
But, dressing in sexy clothes, costumes, lingerie.
I'm a B. I'm a B there.
I'm gonna say B, but like could be moved to an A. Because like I'm okay with like role play and stuff. We don't really experience that. We don't really play around with that, but I'd be open to it. It's just hard with two freaking kids.
No, B is in like I would be an A. Well, I should say I'm an A. But if Brittany wants it, then I'm all for it.
A plus. Taking photos or video of yourself in sexy outfits, like posing in sexy outfits and stuff like that.
Well, I hope Brittany says A. I'm a B. So if Brittany wanted it, I would give her whatever she wants.
I think that I'd do that for Ryan, but I actually don't know if I would love that in return.
Yeah.
Like if Ryan were to be like,
here's a picture of my dick.
Yeah, I'm like, cool.
One of my programs that I created, because I told you I've done 44, is a thing called stringbikiniparty.com.
Okay.
And I give away this skimpy little bright blue string bikini. It's a bedroom bikini. And with it, I have an ebook on how to determine her sexual archetype based on Helen Fisher's work with Match.com. She's an anthropologist, a sexual anthropologist. And then how to create an experience for her where she wants to wear the bikini, and then how to take pictures of her that she loves in the bikini. Mm-hmm. Because when I get couples doing that kind of thing together, they have so much fun, and it really kind of amps up their turn on for each other. So that might be fun for you. Would you be interested in playing with other partners together or separately?
I would say C. Like at this point in my life, it would be hard for me to like not be a psycho.
Not for me right now.
Yeah,
exactly. So threesomes, moresomes, group sex, things like that.
Yeah, like if there was no other males involved, I would be a B. If Brittany wanted to dabble in that, I'd be for sure a B.
Perfect. Let's see. I'm going to skip through a lot of these because I don't want to take forever. Giving or receiving a floor show, a pole dance, a lap dance, an erotic dance with your partner.
A.
I'm going to say, I want to say C because I am not into that. But now that I know that Ryan's A, I'm like, oh.
That's okay. You can be a C, babe. You don't have to do it all.
Giving and receiving. You don't want to see me dance?
I do.
Fine.
I want to see you dance, Ryan. I want to see you dance
Susan.
with some skimpy boxers. Water sex, hot tubs, natural springs, showers.
Yes.
I'm good for showers, but everything else, no, because I've just had one too many.
UTIs.
Yeah, I'm not down for that shit. I don't like cranberry juice.
Rope art bondage, shibari, being tied up or doing the tying.
I'm a B. If Brittany wanted it, I would participate, but it's not high on my list.
I'm going to say A.
C.
A, she said.
I'm going to say
Oh,
A.
you're an A.
Yeah, I would be
Good for
okay with
you.
it, yeah.
So this one might be, this is like the easy way to do that, where you don't actually have to be very good at tying knots, is being restrained on a wedge, like a Liberator wedge or some sex furniture, where you're maybe your arms are pinned or your legs are pinned, and then you have a blindfold on. And
Yeah, like that's I think what I'm more into than I like that.
I love that.
That's fun.
All right.
Ryan's like, hold on, his Amazon list is gonna be like 4-post beds, benches, ties.
Where's the Home Depot? I'm getting some rope.
Wearing a harness and a dildo, a strap on, and penetrating your partner or having it done to you.
C. Sorry.
I'm not into. No, I would say a C.
Mm-hmm.
That's called pegging. Remote control sex toy,
A.
like a vibrator or a prostate massager.
A.
Using a vacuum erection or suction device, such as a penis, vulva, clitoris, or nipple pumps.
A. Well,
I'd say B.
B, yes,
Yeah.
if Brittany wants it. Yeah.
I'd say B.
It's fun. Let's see. Because when you pump up your clit, it gets full of blood, and then your orgasms are better. And when you pump up your dick, it gets really nice and like meaty and firm and veiny and hard, super hard, and that's really nice too. I have a whole book on that.
I did get a free penis pump once on an order from a toy that I got for you, and you threw it on me.
I mean,
that was probably a novelty item. I wouldn't recommend that. If you're going to do it, use a good pump. I have a book at pumpingguide.com that's good. Trying PT-141, which is also called bremelanotide, which is a injectable or a nasal spray that's like a peptide that gets you horny.
Is it like MDMA?
No, it's not. It's actually a peptide that works on the melanotan system, and it like engorges your dick or your vulva.
Oh,
from the
sign me up
inside
for
out.
that. Yeah.
I would honestly say C.
I would double spray.
Be on that for you. Okay, good. Double spray. Nipple clamps or nipple jewelry.
It's C. I don't like. Yeah, if it's hurting and it's a C, I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna say
It
C.
wouldn't hurt.
I would be a B. I'm not like, it's not my thing, but if it was hers, which it doesn't sound like it is.
I would say B-ish.
Yeah, but that's B as if I want it. I don't need it. So
Sometimes I feel like B could be a middle for me. Like I'm kind of open to it, but like I don't necessarily need it.
Exactly.
Okay, then I'm a B. I'm a B.
Bondage style lingerie or clothing, such as latex, collars, wrist ties, chaps, or other BDSM style gear.
C.
Yeah, it's not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Tantric sex techniques.
A. Yeah, I'd love to get into that space.
I'm B. I'm open.
B.
OP.
The expanded orgasm practice, which we already talked about.
A.
Good. Giving or receiving the experience of female ejaculation or squirting orgasms.
A.
I'm gonna say B. Like I don't know why. I'm just not like fully on board with that. Yeah, and it could be something that I'm open to. I'm just still very green in that aspect.
Yeah, totally. It's a learned skill. All women can do it. And it's, to me, probably the best orgasm that I have.
Wow.
And I have a course, if you want it. It's called Female Liquid Orgasm. I'll give it to you guys. It teaches you how to release your fluids. And it feels so frigging amazing. Would you like to try my Come Full Circle 360-degree sex position? I have an illustrated guide I can give you.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. A.
I also will give you a technique called Taoist thrusting. It's called thrust in time.
Oh, Ryan knows this.
I was watching this and I thought, oh,
He's
man.
all over this.
It's like the 9-to-1 pump, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic for giving her orgasms during intercourse. I pretty much guarantee a woman who's never had an orgasm from intercourse without touching her clitoris, if she gets a good pussy massage beforehand and you do this Taoist thrusting, she will have an orgasm just from your penis and her vagina. So that's very nice. That's at Thrust in Time. It's downloadable. It's free. And then I have 7 stimulating sex positions. It's at 7positions.com, the number 7positions.com. They're really fun. They're my 7 favorite positions because they stimulate multiple erogenous zones simultaneously. Okay. And one is a tantric technique, Yab Yum. One is called Headboard Daddy. One is called Chingalinga. There's some really good ones in there. And you already said that sex positions were of interest. So I wanted to tell you that that's one where I would say, let's try these 7 one at a time on your sex date nights,
Love it.
So that is the basics. I didn't put every single thing in there because of time.
Right.
But it's really fun to go through it and, kind of then make your list of A's and your B's and then have your list together and be like, all right, we've got a babysitter. We got a teenage sitter this weekend. We're sending the kids over to their parents' house and we're going to do whatever, Taoist thrusting or the 7 positions or come full circle, or we're going to try expanded orgasm or female ejaculation, or we're going to try the liberator and I'm going to tie you up and we're going to put the blindfold on you or whatever. Then you have something to look forward to. You're both wanting to do it and you're into it. And then you have your little list. You could even just be like, okay, this is the one I want to do to you. And I'm going to get it all ready. Ryan's going to do that because he's got his Amazon list already.
It's all sitting in the cart.
It's so true.
Exactly.
This has been so fun.
There you go.
So fun.
It's helpful, right? Just to talk through it. And you guys are very, very compatible. You want to do the same things. And you're also both very open to pleasing each other. So props for that as well. And I can see you spending the next literally 3 or 4 or 5 years working through this list and getting good at these things. And then that's going to give you a real foundation for just having incredibly satisfying sex together. And what I think you'll also find, Brittany, is that you'll be fighting against that estrogen less and less and less over time. It won't be so difficult for you to settle and kind of move through the grip that it has on you. You'll be able to more fluidly move in and out of your turn on. It'll just, the practice of that will really help because we women do need practice with that.
Right. Yeah, no, I love it. I think that it's important to kind of lean into kind of this stuff. And I think it's okay for women to express like, listen, I'm in a season of life right now where my focus is really all over the place because we have small children. And as we get older and as things get quote unquote easier, kids are both in school now, like our things change, like our season of life is changing. And with that, we can add in new things and we can prioritize things that maybe we didn't have the time for. And it's okay. Like, I think that's the biggest thing is for people to know that like, if you're maybe in like a peak and valley situation, they're both completely normal. It's just if you want it to continue to work out, you got to lean into it sometimes to make sure that you're not getting bored. Yeah.
And I think the big thing for that is, yes, we are in a season where it becomes more difficult, but can you get through that season together is the big question. And I find that a lot of people don't. They don't get to the age where they have the time to put this in and they're still in the desire to do that. That I think is the inherent problem is you think you have the time to eventually get there, but by the time you have the time to get there, you no longer have the desire to.
Yeah, the connection, your intimate connection. You're platonic and you're mad at each other because you are starved for affection. And that's one of the things I like about a lot of these things, like the 7 sex positions, the come full circle, the thrust in time, the expanded orgasm. They are, throwing her on a wedge and blindfolding her and tying her hands together. Like these kinds of things, putting on some lingerie and doing a little photo shoot. They are not that difficult. You can do them without a lot of prep. And they're a lot of fun. And then you just start having fun together. It doesn't become a chore. It's fun. And it takes the pressure off of the two of you too. You just start having more laughs, which is
I love it.
What we're here for. We are here for our joy and pleasure.
Susan, thank you so much for your time, your energy, and your guidance in this process. It's so clear that you and your husband have experienced something here that you want to give back to the world as a gift. And you're so passionate about it. You can see it, you can feel it. And thank you so much for that.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Thank you for being so open and showing all of your foibles to all of your fans, because it makes us all feel more perfect with the imperfection.
Yeah, no, I love it. Well, have yourself a lovely evening. Thanks again. We'll have to have you on again because I feel like we could talk about so much more.
We will have you on again. I can guarantee
Love to
that.
come back.
Awesome. Thank you, Susan.
Have a good one.
There goes a sight from my soul.